Hi, I'm Kelly Nascimento with Kelly's Reading Corner, and today we are playing a game. It's going to be kind of like a face-off between two consultants. So what I did was I asked two consultants that I work with to each give me a list of book recommendations for my son, Connor, and we're gonna see who did it better. Before we get into it, please take a second. If you're excited for this video, give it a like and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my daily uploads. I upload 2 flip-through videos a day, and flip-throughs are just a short video that show you every page inside of a particular book. I know it's super helpful when you're shopping for children's books online to see all of it. And of course, if you enjoy my content, it really helps out my channel. So here's what I did. I asked 2 consultants to treat me like a customer, basically. So they were allowed to ask me about my little reader. They could ask whatever question or questions they wanted to, and based on what they asked, I responded with information about my son Connor. All right, so I pulled up my little conversation with who we are calling consultant number 1, and let's see what she asked me about him. So she said, "Hey Kelly, I'd love to make a wish list for Connor. How old is he? Can you tell me about some of his current interests? If he has a current UBAM favorite, let me know too." So I love that. I will just say, like a little review, I love that she asked about any current favorite books. Here's what I said. It's a little bit lengthy, but I wanted these to be good recommendations, so I gave good info. Okay, so I said, okay, Connor is 3.5. He's in preschool right now, but in an integrated classroom with an IEP. He's autistic, delayed in pretty much all areas. I wanted her to know, like, don't just recommend books that are good for like 3 and 4-year-olds. Like, we need simple here. I said he likes That's Not My Books and the how-to collection. He likes the touchy-feely patches, rhyming and repetition. Also loves Brown Bear a lot. I said he's sensory seeking, loves to run, jump, swim, play in the bath, squeezes and hugs. We're practicing pointing to objects, usually self-directed by him, but we're working on it. He loves farm animals and really any animal sounds. I said we want to start working more on ABCs and colors, but he's taking a long time to learn, so super simple is best for him. So I gave her super detailed info on Connor. And let's see what she chose. So I told each of them to choose 5 to 10 books. I think they both picked 10. So let's dig in. So we have Fold Out Colors she chose. She said she chose this one because it's engaging and it's like interactive with all the fold outs. So it's like, because I said we need like simple early learning books. So she wanted like an interactive one to kind of keep his interest, but also super simple. And then what I was thinking too is we can use this for object identification to like practice pointing to objects too. So that is a huge win. I love it. And this is actually from our collection. We already have this one. Okay. Talking about object identification and practicing pointing, she chose Very First Book of Things to Spot. I love this recommendation. I know this actually is also from our home library, but Connor isn't into it yet. But here's the thing about books and kids, you really have to interact with your kids with your books, okay? So just because Connor's not pulling this off of the shelf on his own doesn't mean that he's never gonna like it or that he couldn't like it. So what's important is that, you know, I find ways to work this into our day. Maybe while he's eating at the table, we pull this book onto the table with him and we start just pointing things out ourselves. You know, we model what we are hoping that he will eventually want to do. There's really cute little peek-throughs in here too. So that was a great rec. I know this was my niece's like favorite book when she was like about 1. So this is a fantastic book. Great recommendation. But she also recommended Baby Animals Flat Book. And she said she recommended this for its touchy-feely patches because he's sensory seeking and already loves touchy-feely books. And of course you can do a lot of animal sounds with this one. And she really was trying to target simple books. My son has a really short attention span, so baby, toddler, like board books are great, especially from Usborne Books and More because they're all really short. There's not a lot of words. And then this one, as I said, is a flat book, so it's really interactive. So you could point to the sheep that you find behind there. You could say, oh, who says ba, ba, ba? So there's a lot of interaction with this one. I think that was a fantastic choice on her part. Thank you so much for that recommendation. He hasn't been too into flat books yet, but I was working on flats with him the other day and he was kind of starting to move them in this like Daniel Tiger book, so I think it's time to pull out some more flat books. Okay, she also recommended Muddle and Match Adventure. We have had a few Muddle and Match books before, more like animal ones, and Connor has liked them, but you know, they're kind of hit or miss with him, to be honest. But what he likes is there's a lot of pages to turn, obviously, and then I think for reading aloud, all of this alliteration would be really fun to read just while he's engaging with the book. So Pete the plucky pirate pleads with Percy his peculiar parrot to prepare to paddle the Pacific. She said she chose this one because it's durable, really thick board pages, so it's great for independent reading. He can really have his hands on it. She thought this would be great for in the car or on the go for him to have and interact with. I thought that was a great idea and just fun to kind of turn the pages and make different looking characters. So Muddle Match, so fun, and only $8.99. I love that series. All right, she recommended Speak Up Mouse because it's such a simple book. It has an interactive element at the end. So Puppy is playing, Mouse wants to play too, squeak squeak. So it has animal sounds, the mouse sound. And then at the end, we have this interactive element for the mouse's mouth here. So I'm sure he would have fun with that. Don't Tickle. So funny enough, both consultants chose a Don't Tickle book. And consultant number 1 chose Don't Tickle the Crocodile, which is one of our newest, along with Unicorn. But I like that she chose the animal one. Of course, she chose it for the animal sounds. And because it's the actual sound book, woo, it has touchy-feely patches, the sounds, super interactive, and great for imitation. Great for imitation. So super great choice for that one. We've had a couple Don't Tickle books, and honestly, Connor has not loved them. But I've bought a couple because it's like the perfect book for him. You're like touchy-feely patches, animal sounds, like sound buttons, like all of the elements that he has loved in books put into one. But you never know. You never know. So although great recommendation, Connor hasn't gotten into them. I don't know. If you are ever worried about your child not loving the books that you get them, just talk to me because I live it every day. I have like all these books for him and it's like, oh, he could care less about that one. Or I get so excited about a new title or a new series. I'm like, oh, he's gonna love that one. And I've just learned that doesn't always work out that way. Okay, so I have First Magic Painting Garden recommended by consultant number 1. Great pick. I seriously was like, why did you pick those? Because I didn't mention coloring or painting, even though he does love those things. And she said she chose this one and another water painting one I'll show you in a second, because it's easy setup for like a craft, something that might keep him busy a little longer than 2 seconds. And it would be great to just have a quick setup for me, busy mama, to get him busy maybe at the table, and then I can like cook dinner or something at the same time. So I appreciate you thinking about me, consultant number 1. And she thought he would enjoy seeing the colors appear as he's painting. And so, as I said, great pick. He does love magic painting. He is so cute, dipping that little paintbrush into water. So fantastic choice here. We have it and he loves it. And then Water Wonders on the Farm. It's like a different format magic painting book, and it's cool because it's when you can paint over and over again, because as you leave it open to dry, it turns back into these white spots and you can paint them again with water. So another great option. Super thick board pages, super durable, and because it's reusable, it's a great value compared to the magic painting books, the one I just showed you. So that was a great pick. This one, funny enough, both consultants chose this exact book, so obviously it's a good recommendation for Connor. Okay, another animal sound book she chose. This series is fun. I think it would be fun for Connor because it has these little hidden sound buttons. I think he would have fun finding it and pushing them. And what I've always liked about this series, the like Press a Sound series, recommended for ages 3 and up, so perfect recommendation as far as age goes. Really colorful pictures to draw their eye, some interactive elements with the finger trails and the little cutouts here, and the sounds are so realistic. I really appreciate that. I like that the wish list here had a variety of different types of animals. So we have the Water Wonders on the Farm, and we have the Magic Painting Garden, so there's like bugs in there, and then here we have like our jungle animal sounds. Right, it looks like we're on our last pick, our last recommendation from consultant number 1, Finger Trail ABC. This was a fantastic choice because I said we're starting to teach him his ABCs. He's learning them in school, but he needs really beginner stuff, right? So she chose this one because it's really interactive for me and him to work on together, and it might be engaging and keep his attention to be tracing the letters with his finger. They are working on him holding a pencil, but we're like so far from him having like an actual like pencil grip that I think this is really cool and really great idea for him. That's it. Those are our 10. Great job, consultant number 1. Thank you so much for those book recommendations for Connor. It's so fun to see what other people would pick for him. I love it. Okay, this is interesting. She asked way less. She said, will you drop me his current interests, etc.? So obviously I gave her a lot of info, but I did word it a little bit differently. It said, Connor loves children's songs, rhyming and rhythmic books, repetition like Brown Bear, and that's not my book. And then I said all the same stuff about him being sensory seeking, working on pointing, he loves animal sounds, and we want to start working on ABCs and colors. So a lot of it was the same actually. Okay. Consultant number 2 chose one of our favorites, how did you know, Elfie and Bet's pop-up alphabet book, ABC pop-up book. So this is actually from our home library, and this was our second one because Connor ripped tons of letters in the first one, but he likes when I sing the ABCs when we read this book. He likes to kind of check out, feel the letters, and I'm always like, gentle, gentle. Like, this is a great book to like practice being careful with our books. So she chose this one because of the rhyming text, which Connor does love. I can tell you, Elfie and Bet are off on a quest to discover the letter that they like best. But Elfie and Bet can never agree when Elfie says A, Bet says B. So you can tell we love it because I have that memorized. Although there is a lot of text in this book and he doesn't let me get through all of it. He flips the pages too fast for that. So that is one downfall of this for Connor, but it's great to have books to help practice lengthening the time that he spends in an activity. That is something we're working on. So fun, great pick for that one. Animal Hide and Seek. This is a great book because it's more like hefty, but it's got super thick board pages, and it's just a fun touchy-feely book. It has a lot of touchy-feely patches on each page, I believe. Yeah, it has a few. And then it has big flaps, great for little hands. Consultant number 2 said that she thought with the flaps it would engage fine motor skills and it would encourage pointing to objects as they are found. So let's see. So it's asking, where's Curly? And so we open the flap. He's hiding. Say, point to the pig. We found pig. Rough patches. Connor loves rough patches. Great pick on that one. Touchy-feely, flaps, love it. All right, she recommended jump around because it encourages movement. I said Connor loves jumping, running, spinning, all that stuff. So she thought jump around would be great. And plus it has this fun little graduated page corner to help children start turning pages. So fantastic pick. Thank you so much. So jump goes frog. Can you jump too? Jump, jump, jump. Connor loves jumping. So great pick here. So because it's graduated down here, it's really easy for them to just pick one page, if you could see that. So it could get Connor stamping like an elephant. Oh my gosh, he recently started stamping. It's so cute. He won't stamp like alternating his feet. He'll like put his foot out and just like stamp, stamp, stamp. It's like so cute. Okay, we have flap, flap like a duck. We have wiggle like a worm. Snap goes a crocodile. Snap, snap. And we do that in his favorite slippery fish song, gulp, gulp, gulp. And then hug. Connor loves hugs. So that is a beautiful recommendation. I love it. Okay, yoga animals on the farm. This was a daring pick, shall I say, for consultant number 2 because it has paper pages and definitely meant for a little bit older kiddos with all of the words here. But what she was thinking is that it would challenge his gross motor movement. And interestingly enough, which I didn't tell her and most people don't know, he just had a physical therapy evaluation and he's like below the 1 percentile in his gross motor development. So he is going to be starting PT this year in school, and there's some movements that are in this book that I'm seeing that are things that I know they're going to want to work on with him, like standing on 1 foot. And I think if we can get him to imitate these movements. I think it would be really helpful for him to kind of figure out his body and explore a little bit more. All right, we have Don't Tickle the Pig. Remember I told you both consultants chose a Don't Tickle book, and it looks like consultant number 2 went with the farm animal theme for us here, which I do appreciate because they are his favorite kinds of animals. And what I love about this one is that the song in the back, each Don't Tickle book has a song in the back, and this song is Old MacDonald, which is one of Connor's favorites, I think because it's really, really repetitive. So I like that. More picks from consultant number 2. We have Ted and Friends. She chose Ted and Friends. This is a great resource to have in your home library. It has a bunch of phonics readers inside, and it comes with a QR code. So I would just scan the code on the back and it would read the book aloud. So great for Connor and I to follow along with the read aloud. Fat cat naps in the sun. Come and play, buzzes Bee. Not today, replies Fat Cat. I'm climbing this tree. I climbed far too high, he cries with a frown. Be careful, shouts Big Pig. That nest will fall down. So great rhyming. That's a great pick to have on there. Okay. Big Book of Nursery Rhymes, great recommendation because I said Connor loves children's songs. And this one also comes with a QR code so you can hear the melodies. So I love that because you can sing along with them. So this book has, it's a board book. They're like a thick, like durable cardstock type of page. So we have a Muffin Man, Pat a Cake. They're really, I think they're like pretty simple pages. They're not too busy, but they're bright and they're fun. Does anyone love this one? Let me know in the comments if you have the Big Book of Nursery Rhymes. I think a lot of kids would like this one. I think it's a good pick. Big Book of Colors she chose because, like I said, we're starting to try to learn his colors. So interesting, based on the same information, consultant 1 chose the simple fold-out colors book. Consultant number 2 chose the Big Book of Colors. Color wheel, so fun. There's so much information in this. I think it could potentially be a little overwhelming for Connor, but a book he could grow into. So she recommended it because he could see the color blue in a lot of different ways. It will be not a simple introduction, but an introduction that maybe there would be something he could kind of grasp onto. Banana is yellow, flowers are yellow, something, the school bus is yellow, a lot of like relatable objects that he would know what they are. All right, let's look at the last book recommendation from consultant number 2. It is Gobble Gobble Moo Tractor Book. This is a picture book, so great for read aloud time. I have read this to Connor during meal times before. This is a fun one with all the animal sounds. So full of animal sounds, fun storyline, not rhyming or rhythmic. So she probably chose this because of all of the sounds and all of the farm animals, the farm animal theme here. All right, what do you think? It's hard for me to choose a winner. I kind of feel like I would want to like combine each of them to make like the best Connor book recommendation list because there's books in each that I really love. No, I don't want to tell you who I picked because I don't want your vote to be biased by my opinion. So I'm not gonna say, I'll just leave it at that, but comment below which one you think won. No one's feelings will be hurt. Everyone's a good sport. I love these ladies. They're amazing. I told them this is just for fun, and yeah, they're great. Thank you so much for watching this video. Giving book recommendations is a really important part of our job as Usborne Books and More consultants. So I wanted to do this fun little experiment, have a good time with it, and just so you know, in my description below, this time I'm going to leave a link where you can request personal book recommendations for your readers from yours truly. So go click on that if you want to know what books would be best for your readers at home. And don't forget to comment below which consultant you think did a better job at giving recommendations for my son Connor. No hard feelings, just let me know, consultant number 1 or consultant number 2. Can't wait to hear what you guys thought. And real quick, before you click off of this, make sure that you give this video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my daily uploads. I'll see you next time.